After taking home multiple awards at the International Wine Challenge ceremony, we are here with Emma and Brent Marris of Morisco Vineyards. So, Emma, you're about to take over the family business. Can you tell us a little bit about how your approach may differ to that of Brent's?
So, I don't think it's about differing approaches. I'm so proud of what both Mum and Dad have created with Morisco Vineyards and the vision they set out over 20 years ago with the Ned brand to where they've got it today with owning our own vineyards, having our own wineries, selling our wines under brands that consumers now love and know around the world. So it's about following that legacy and continuing on that pathway. But I am young and I am ambitious, and I think that's where Dad's been very clever with allowing me to pursue the Emma Marris brand as a creative outlet for my winemaking. And so with that brand, it really has all been about finding specific small parcels of fruit from Leafield Station, one of our vineyards, and putting my own winemaking spin on things and then taking that to the world. So yeah, I think it's working well.
Yeah, it's working really, really well. What Emma's done with her winemaking style is slightly different to what I've typically done, and it certainly is working. It's very, very exciting.
So Emma, are there any challenges of taking over the family business when Brent is obviously such an established name?
Look, I think what's so important is that through the transition and the succession in our family business, we want there to be consistency, just like the Ned has always been about delivering consistency. And so I think that I was always very conscious of that even when I was first studying winemaking. And so that was why when I finished university, I very quickly came back to Marlborough to start learning from Dad. He was he had this incredible palate, he knows our vineyards, he knows our wine styles. So it's been about that learning from him and being mentored by him, but it doesn't have to happen overnight. And so we've been doing that and working together now for the last 10 years, and it does take time. And now the really exciting thing is whilst we're still developing, still learning consistently about the vineyard and the winemaking, now we're at a stage where I'm out in the market, and it's about building those relationships that Dad's had for 30 years and building on those and meeting the people and getting out into the market to take that back to Marlborough and just doing things consistently and at a high quality.
And the nice thing too, supporting Emma is a really, really good team back in New Zealand that we've worked with for many, many years. And as Emma mentioned, having that consistency of the Ned as a brand and what we've achieved in grape growing and winemaking, we're continuing to deliver that to the consumer, and it's now through the lens of Emma and the young team that we have. So it's super, super exciting.
And obviously you said that above all, Morisco is a family business at the end of the day. Can you tell us a bit more about how you make those business decisions as a family, with each other, with your siblings, Emma? Tell us a bit about that.
So Morisco is a family business. It is all about sitting around the dinner table, having a glass of wine, talking about through decisions from the day or where we're going as a company. Dad has been very consistent in that messaging. When we were younger, me and my sisters, we all worked. So I've got 3 younger sisters. We all worked and had experiences working in the vineyards. We've worked in the wineries, and it's all about understanding all those points in the business that really impacts the decision making. And now we've all had experience sitting around the board table, so seeing that real strategic decision making taking place. We don't need to know all as a family. We've got amazing people around us, whether it's people within our business working full-time or whether we're tapping into strategic advisors and other people. But it's all about being a part of the decision-making over the long term to keep doing what we're doing and doing it well and enjoying it.
And
right?
having a good time all the way through. Don't be in too much of a hurry, but just make sure that every decision that we make is the right decision for the next generation. And make sure we enjoy that glass of wine as we go.
So Emma, can you tell us a little bit about your experience as a female winemaker and any advice you have for women who are just starting out their career in the industry?
So I have a unique background, I guess, as a female winemaker. I was born into a winemaking family. I'm the eldest of 4 girls, and my parents sent us to an all-girls school, so we really grew up with that feeling of confidence in ourselves that women can do anything. But I was acutely aware of the reputation of my father. He had a fantastic reputation in the wine industry as a great winemaker, and so that was quite a lot to step into and into his shoes, and to feel like I wanted to create a name for myself. And so I really the way I overcame that that lack of confidence or that nervousness was upskilling myself early on in my career, focusing on getting confident in my winemaking capabilities, and surrounding myself with people, with mentors who could really help me in that. So both women and men, both inside the wine industry and external to the wine industry. And I think that's really helped build a really broad knowledge base over my career. And, you know, I continue to tap into those resources on an ongoing basis. And ultimately, that's what I would suggest to anyone in the wine industry, is surround yourself with the people that you respect who can help you, and you will go far.
One thing about Emma is she just remains totally focused and has gained more and more confidence, and a big part of that is having those mentors around her and having the direction that the company is going, and being part of that whole future going forward. So it's really exciting.
So could you guys just tell us a little bit about what the future of the Marlborough wine region will be for you?
Well, the future of the Marlborough wine region, well, I mean, having been there on day one over 50 years ago when my father purchased the land for Montana Wines back then, to see what it's like today has been amazing. Marlborough, Sauvignon Blanc took off around the world, super popular. But what's really embedded in us as grape growers and winemakers is awards like the International Wine Competition that we've won just now. And the quality of wines that we are making today is showing that Marlborough is still at the forefront of winemaking for wines that compete around the world. So I think if we continue to be focused on our quality and the direction of what we're doing, not just with Sauvignon Blanc, but with Pinot Noir and Chardonnay and Rosé styles, and make them truly from their sense of place of Marlborough, and the quality of wines that we're making today means that awards like this mean a lot and continue to keep us on our toes, but strive for what we can achieve quality-wise that's competitive and it's exciting. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I think New Zealand's always been incredibly innovative as a country, and we're always looking at the next thing, whether it's clonal material in the vineyard, whether it's technology in the winery. And you know, we're in one corner of the world, and so we're very good at getting out into the marketplace and selling our wines. And so accolades like this, really, it gives us confidence that where we're going is the right direction. We've been doing it now for 50 years, so we've definitely got a bright future ahead of us, and it's just been, continuing to deliver that quality, continuing to push brand Marlborough, brand New Zealand, and really that premium image that Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough has developed and the consumers love and enjoy.
It's an exciting future going forward.
Can you just tell us a little bit about what's next for Morisco Wines and how you're adapting your business to the current global wine trends?
Really, we enjoy what we're doing winemaking wise, but we're not resting on our laurels. The world is changing as far as the consumer is concerned, and that whole segment, that wine segment, it's all about adapting not just to sustainability and looking after the whole world of wine and grape growing and really looking after Mother Earth, but it's also considering other forms of packaging. So we're looking at wine in the can, the net in the can. We're looking at 1.5 litre bag and box. So just alternative formats that are going to make wine convenient, very convenient for the consumer, because the consumer is asking for that, and we have to be adaptable enough to be able to provide that. But it's not about changing our winemaking style. It's about continuing to deliver to the consumer what the consumer has enjoyed for a couple of decades, and been really proud of what we are trying to fulfill going forward as a company, to make sure that we're leaving less of a footprint on this planet than traditionally we have done.
Yeah, I think it's the wine styles that people love and adore. It's not faced with a changing marketplace. It's not pivoting or changing too quickly with what we're doing. It is that consistency is key, but it is thinking outside of the box, or what we can do to keep wine exciting, to keep people drinking wine and it being easy to drink wine and enjoyable to drink wine. So really the ideas such as wine in a can or bag and box, it's about those occasions where we consume wine. to keep them being enjoyable and keep it being the way that we love drinking wine, which is conversations with friends. It's about enjoying food, enjoying wine, and those shared experiences.
Absolutely.